So Nikko, just take us into your offseason. What have you been working on? How did you spend yourself?
Been working on my mental really, just because I've been kind of down without the team, uh, just a little banged up from last season, but back now and I was just working on my mental because when during the process of getting your body back, it's just away from the team. It could feel like you're lonely, so just working on my mental the whole off season, got it on straight.
What specifically with your mental game, or do you feel like your mentality has grown over this offseason?
Just being hard on myself, feeling like I'm not putting in the same amount of work as everybody else, but in all reality, it's just a process to everybody's game. So, just not thinking in a negative way.
A really talented DB room with you, Jabbar, a lot of the other newcomers. What's the competition like in practice?
It's just a lot. Everybody out there competing because everybody's different. Everybody has their own way of playing. Everybody has their own way, has their own style and the way they play. So it's just a group of people that has a lot of different talents that's like impactful. So it's just everybody out there competing.
With a room that's sort of had this much turnover and so many transfers in, how do you feel like the room is connected now initially?
I feel like we all just relate because we all came from different schools. So it's like we all have like similar stories, some similar stuff like that because we're not with our original team that we started with. So I just feel like we're connected because basically it's the team that's making us connected. But other than that, it's just being transfers. We all relate to that. So
have a lot of guys come to you with you having done it last year? A lot of guys come to you saying, "Oh, now I'm doing it this year." Like, oh,
yeah, they just ask the question how it's like getting used to it here and just welcoming people. So just letting them know how my season went last year, how it was when I first got here. Just letting them know they're going to be good here. So.
What's something that people don't realize about like when you transfer or just I imagine there's a lot of assumptions that people have.
Some people think that they're bringing the transfers in, or if transfers are coming into the school, they're going to start immediately, and that's not the case. You still have to work for your spot. So just because you're a transfer, just because you've been there, doesn't mean that you're not. You don't have the ability to start. So just don't think just because transfers coming into the school doesn't mean that they're taking your spot necessarily.
What's something about Brandon that people might not necessarily know coming in? Like, what has your guys' relationship been like since he's come in?
Has a lot of energy. Very, very energetic guy that wants to be around the ball. We never know how who people are when we first see him. So, just a very energetic guy that he wants to get after it.
What about someone like Cam?
Oh, Cam too. Yeah, Cam came from UTSA. Really laid back guy though, but on the field is like a different personality with him. He wants to get after it too.
What's your favorite thing you did this summer? Outside of
My favorite thing I did this summer, probably going to Disneyland.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went to Disneyland. I haven't been to Disneyland since I was younger. It was kind of fun when I went.
Are you like a rides guy? Or you?
Yeah, I like all the
get
rides.
the food.
All the rides. The food too. I got there. The first thing I had to do was get some food in my system. So after that, it was on and popping with the rides.
What's your Disney food? Like, I'm going to Disney. I gotta get this.
I didn't really know anything, but when I got there, I found out they had burrito tacos. So I got like 4 of those. And I got four of those burrito tacos.
When the Ducks made the Rose Bowl in 2014 for the playoff, they do like the big press conference at Disney, and I think they shut down the whole park for the teams too. So it's like
that's nice. When I was there, it was just like crazy that we were sponsored by them. So that was another thing that stood out to me.
Is there anything in Eugene that compares to Disneyland?
Dan Lanning's house.
Lanning's house. Yep, I'll say Lanning's house. That's like Disneyland over there. Huge house.
Are you a guy that likes to maximize your rides? Like you want to go on Space Mountain like 5 times, or you kind of just stroll through the park?
They have like times where you could they show times where you could stand in line for, but I try to get on every ride first, and if I want to go back, and if I like the ride, I want to go again, I'll probably just double back to that. But I'm a guy that wants to get on everything first instead of just focusing on a couple rides.
What's Coach Luke Boy like?
I'll say he emphasizes being a complete team. He's not just emphasizing one thing; he's emphasizing everything, like power of unit, showing relentless effort and ball excellence. So it's like he's not just focused on ball excellence or power of units, everything that comes together to create a team. So I feel like he's been with a lot of great programs, and bringing him here is one thing that is a great thing they did for sure.
We just see kind of like little sound bites here or there, like occasionally when he's mic'd up. He seems like a pretty like intense dude. Is that accurate? Like what's he like when you guys get kind of away from like the practice fields?
Very intense when it comes to like meetings and stuff, but I feel like at the end of the day he's still overall a great guy. You know, he'll say what's up to you like a regular person. You know, he's not gonna be like tensed up when we see each other outside of the meeting room or off the field. But
I think I saw a video of him beatboxing last year. Does he ever break that out?
No, I've never seen him
Okay.
beatbox, but he does a lot of crazy things that that surprises us each day.
Like what?
Just his favorite rap songs when he walks in. It's just you never know with him. Yeah,
Perfect. Awesome. Thanks, man.
appreciate you.
Nico, when you
Oh, my
talk
bad.
about that totality that you had to kind of grow with Coach Luke, what do you feel like those aspects? Which aspect do you feel like you had to grow the most into gain that sort of overall aspect?
One thing I had to grow was my sense of urgency. That's something that is very emphasized too on our defense. Have a sense of urgency. Can't be lackadaisical out there. Our defense is very complex. You have to be able to make checks and make calls and tell everybody where you are on the field and stuff like that. So I feel like that was something I had to step up, was my sense of urgency.
With all these newcomers coming in on the defensive backfield, where do you feel like this defensive backfield has changed from last season to this season?
Last season, I feel like there was a lot of DBs here that were on the same page already, so they already were kind of connected. And this year, we're just trying to get everybody on the same page. I feel like that's something that's different. We're doing a good job of it, but just making sure it's like we should know what's coming. Basically, just staying on the same page. But last year we were on the same page for sure. But this year we're really trying to work on like just being the smarts of the defense.
Remember last year after Washington State, you guys said that you didn't really start off the way you wanted, just in the first quarter of the game. Is there anything you're doing to prioritize quick starts this year?
I say just getting myself involved in, like, if it's no action coming to my way, any threats coming to my way or like any passes, I'll just try to get myself more involved in like the run game. Just get in my head in there just to wake myself up, instead of when it comes to being on the island, there's no balls thrown your way, you probably get a little bored. So I'll just say just finding ways to getting myself involved early and not necessarily waiting on anything come to me, just go make a play.
What's the craziest thing at Lanning's house?
Probably his pool, because he has like rocks that's very high and you can just jump off of them. And the pool, I think the pool goes to like, I don't know, it's very deep, but I feel like that's a good thing to have in his backyard, because it's everything around it, but the pool is like the center of it.
How many people do you think can fit in that pool at one time? Has the whole
I'll say
team
about-
tried to get in there?
I say, yeah, it's not a very huge pool. I'll say about 20, 30 people.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
There's sort of this narrative in the Big Ten that's going to be more ground and pound football. As a defensive backfield, how do you sort of take that where sort of the narrative is there's going to be less throwing, but that might not necessarily be the case. So as you shift in conference, what is your mentality sort of?
Just we have to be ourselves. Everybody on our defense, every defensive back that we have can come up and tackle. It just there wasn't that many opportunities in the Pac-12. They passed more, so we're not really worried about the switch of the conference. It's just we just gonna have to be ourselves when we go out there.